Hello and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a lovely day. Today we have another long overdue reaction which is going to be for RIIZE Fly Up, the dance practice. So I did react to the music video months ago, I cannot remember when, and I tried to upload it on my YouTube channel. Did not work. There was no way I could make it work. I think I tried 6 or 7 different times with different editings, nothing worked. So I uploaded it to my Patreon. As you know, as of right now, my Patreon is free, and there doesn't seem to be any changes so far. I just literally only upload stuff that I cannot upload on the channel. You also have Kingdom reactions, basically. But that's about it. So we are going to do the dance practice, and I hope there are no problems. You know, I hope. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. By the way, I don't remember a thing about the song. I have to be honest. Nothing about the song. Nothing about the dance. So it's like I'm watching it all over again. Let me turn it up a little bit more. I really like that SM does this very well with the formations that they work. Usually they separate members, so you can focus on through 3, 2, 4, whatever it might be. So it also creates a good dynamic. You know what, maybe we will try to do a whole roundup, and then if I would like to point something out, we'll go back. Let's do it that way. So let's go back with, I think it's Shotaro literally there on the middle. Yeah, you can tell. I'm also paying attention to see if there's any differences between them and how they execute the different steps. Nice. Ooh. I'm literally paying attention to every single detail. Oh, other dancers, nice. I think there's no differences. I mean, very light differences in how high they might do stuff, like softening out is something a little bit different or in a different way. Nice pop there. sorry, I was going to pause this for a second. Andrea, don't pause. Andrea, don't pause. I was literally at the end there. I was trying not to pause because I wanted to analyze the level of each of the guys, how much they were now. Because obviously, during dancing is very important. Well, at least depends on how you do the routine, right? But usually you will tend to be on the same level as the rest of the members if there's nothing in the choreography that dictates that the levels, as in higher, lower, visually are. Obviously here we had many cases where they all had to be at the same level, right? They all had to be with their knees bent, and they had to be exactly at the same eye level that we will see. Obviously, the members have different heights. That means that some members need to go lower than others, right? And it's very similar to then when they have to go on a higher. That's a little bit more complicated, right? But still, on a higher level, they have to do the same. They have to try to be equal. So it's very interesting to see how the tall members try to adapt to that. Sometimes you can see that they have practiced a lot and that they are a very good cohesive group, and it's seamless. Oh my god. Basically you don't realize that the members have different heights if you wouldn't know, because they are so good doing it that they just literally, okay, yeah, I have to go to this level, that's what I will do. So I was paying attention to that, and we will go to the end to see how they did the different steps. Also, I don't know if you noticed, right? If you like K-pop, obviously, probably you might have seen different groups, different labels, etc. But each label is a little bit different when it comes to training the trainees, never better said. So the way that SM dances are executed are a little bit different from same dance, right? It could be very different from how somebody from YG, somebody from oh my god, JYP, somebody from Hype, somebody from Fantasio, whatever, right? There will be many differences. I tend to believe that SM choreography usually allows the members to be a little bit themselves or give their own flavor. And don't get me wrong, every single dancer in all the labels do that. And I'm saying dancer, I'm saying members, right? They all do that. But you can clearly tell that, for example, in SM, even though they like a cohesive feeling, they allowed for that nice interpretations. This is you can see it very well in NCT. When NCT is all together, even when it's 127 or Dream, you can, and YV2, you can see it because every single member is very different dancing. So they let it go. It's okay that they can put their own thing on the dancers. There are other labels that are not that keen on that. Yes, obviously the essence of the member is still there, but it's still more trying to be all exactly the same, right? An example of that, just because I'm thinking about synchronization and how they do everything the same, and detail 17. We all know that 17 is amazing with choreographies, synchronized choreographies. They all do the same, as in same levels. They go through everything. Like if your hand has to be like this, let's put it there. If your hand has to be like this, it cannot be like this, right? It has to be like that for every single member, no matter what. Those small differences are what I usually pick on. I spoke a lot, but let's go back to it, right? Obviously we have the swag from Chotaro. He is amazing. So I think, guys, because I do know the member's name, but sometimes I get cut off and I get confused. But I think, as we have here, is Shotaro, obviously. The one flying right now is Woonbin. I think we have Anton at the back, and I'm not sure, because usually if they don't have any cap, I can tell Anton very easily. For me, it's kind of the easiest member to spot on, apart from Shotaro. And I think it's Anton. This is Eunseok. This is Songchan. And then Sohee's here, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. That's Eunseok and Anton is at the back. I like how we changed there, and obviously we kept Woonbin, but then Shotaro left, right? And they are a little bit free at the back, while the three other members are giving the visual impact, right? Nice. And I think that RIIZE is one of the groups that try to be more cohesive. That's why I told you before, I give you a different example when it comes with dancing and cohesive, and spot the differences, right? I love this effect. Why? Because I'm thinking on a stage, and if you think about it, on a stage, sometimes you have the stage at the back, the big one, but then usually you have one at the front, and it could have people, right? Audience at the front, on the sides. So this is very interesting, because they could make it in a way that no matter where the audience is looking from, they see members directly, right, from the front. So that's very interesting. And then the change, the transitions there, right? That's very good, and Woonbin clearly does that in a different way than the rest of members. See what we were talking earlier about levels, obviously here, and the way that they do the steps too, but here obviously you have some members that are taller than others, right? Still, it looks very cohesive, and it looks like on your eye, when you are visually checking out, they kind of are on the same position, so that's interesting. And obviously we have here some members that are going faster than others, so, you know. Very nice. A very nice domino effect, in a way. That's a very interesting change of positions. See, even here we can see, right, the dancers and the members are almost, and I say almost because some people, for example, this dancer isn't, and even so he's also, his elbow is a little bit more front than some of the others, but still same levels. Very nice. I love to be able to hear the steps. Oh. Here, Sohee doesn't So here, obviously, we can see that, for example, Anton has his leg very, very high. Some of the other members don't. The position is also a little bit different, you know. Obviously, maybe he's going higher because he's the center right now of the song. So usually when the member goes to the center, his movements are stronger, and the other members should go a little bit with less power, right? So that helps the person who is at the center to shine more. A good example of this for others, so you can, I'm just trying to visualize or help you visualize here. But for example, Stray Kids, and I'm thinking about Lino. Lino is a very clear example, and you can, and I'm saying Lino because obviously you can see it with the rest of the members too, like Hyunjin, Felix, right? But Lino is a very clear example, and also because he knows how to be a backup dancer, right? So you can clearly see how the power of Lino shifts depending on where he is on the choreography at the point, right? See, if he is at the center, because if his part, he goes to 100%, right? Then if he is not at the center, there's another member at the center, his movements are still powerful, but they are also controlled, if you know what I mean or what I'm trying to say. So that's very good. That's what it has to be. That's what a team is at the end of the day. So this is the same. Nice. That pop there was very nice. Very, very nice. Let's go back again for a second. Very nice pop. And I'm waiting for that movement that I wanted to analyze before, so don't think that I forgot about it. Yep. Woohoo! Got it. Okay, see, let's for a second, and this is why you know that I love dancing, because in a 3-minute video, it's okay that we watch it 2 times, but in a 3-minute video, I'm on 17 minutes, right? So this is how you, but this is a very good example, right? And not only them, as you can see the dancers too, right? The difference between the dancers too. So we have Ubin, yes, Ubin, Shaltaro, Anton, Unsock. I'm not sure. Right now, I'm not sure. This is Sohi, so right now I have a confusion between those two. That's okay. But, okay. So, obviously, this movement has a little bit of everything. 1 is a skill, 2 is your flexibility and core strength. Obviously core strength, because at the end of the day, and your thighs too, right? So even though you are using your hands and you have your feet, your core has to hold you there, because your feet are mainly only on the tiptoes, so it's not that much. It's not much stability, right, to hold yourself. And same with the hands. It's there, yeah, but how much can a hand hold? Not that much. So core strength is a lot, and then the flexibility. You can see it here. Let's put Shotaro and him, maybe these 3, right? And then the dancer. Obviously, depending on how flexible you are, the curve or your back will allow you to put your arm closer to your butt, let's say it this way, closer to your butt. So the figure that you do is something like this, right? So imagine that this is my arm. This is so bad, but imagine, guys, if I do it with 2 seconds. I'm going to try my best. And maybe you are clicking out because that is fine. So, let's put it that way, and then we have, let's put red for a second. So, will you see this? Yes. Okay. So obviously, depending on, I'm here, okay? So depending on the flexibility of your back, this is the head, right? What color is that? This is the head, right? So depending on the flexibility of your back, your body is going to allow you to put the hands closer to your limbs, right here, and here will be more or less your butt, right? This is your butt, more or less. So it will create a curve on it, on your back, something similar to, for example, Shotaro here. You can see the curve and even the person in the center. If your back is not that flexible, you will need to do something like this, right? You will need to put your hand more separated and far from your butt or your limb, right? So we can see that example in Anton, for example. If you can see, his hand is, or his arm is it's far from the rest of his body. Obviously, it has to do with being told to, apart from being flexible, so that's what it is. But that's a very interesting move. And again, the core strength. Oh, it was Sun-chan. Just so you know. Nice. And see, they do the difference, the movements in very different ways here. Very nice. Very, very nice. I am so glad that I finally checked it out. I'm sorry again that it took me so long, and I really hope it doesn't get blocked, because I really enjoyed it, and you can tell when I'm very well with dance. You can tell straight away I'm passionate about it, and I try my best to explain things. Sorry. And I try my best to explain things, even if I'm not an expert. Yes, I do have quite a lot of knowledge in dancing, but I'm not an expert, so I try my best to explain what I mean and what I say. I liked the dance practice. Again, I had forgotten completely the song, so it was fresh to me, and I like the differences. For me, Shotaro is somebody that has always stood out when it comes to dance, because it's Shotaro. And obviously it's easier for me to spot him because I've been following him since he was in NCT, right? Same with Sun-chan, but for me, Shotaro was easier to see and to be like, wow, oh my god, right? But I'm very glad I checked it out, so yay! Thank you very much for watching. If you are not subscribed, it would be great if you could subscribe, or maybe comment or like. Everything would be great. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.